Well, Delhi, we just want to tell them that they're under no legal obligation to provide the extra entertainment in the end. Rishabh Pant did by going out, but then Colin Munro decided that Colin Ingram, sorry, I want Munro to play.
You want Munro to play.
That's the problem.
You want him to play so badly, you just had him hitting the winning runs.
I really do.
Take two.
It's halfway there. There is at least a Colin playing, right?
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm Gaurav Kapur. This is MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. I have with me Harsha, Doull, Simon Bhogle.
I wouldn't mind swinging the ball half as well.
Today, Rishabh Pant, talking about swinging, loves swinging for the fences. Hoping he didn't do that today and took the game to the end. He didn't do it, and he'd be disappointed.
I think the big plus, though, from today's game is not just for Delhi Capitals. I think the big plus is also for India. Because India wanted Shikhar Dhawan to do well as much as Delhi Capitals wanted Shikhar Dhawan to do well. And Simon's been saying all along, all of us have been saying all along, give them a wicket that they can play on. And all of a sudden, it doesn't look like a home wicket for KKR. It looks more like a home wicket for the visiting side. So I think the Shikhar Dhawan big plus. I thought Rishabh Pant batted fairly well too. He didn't finish it. Yes, he didn't finish it. But he picked his shots. He didn't try and go mad from the first ball. So lots of pluses.
But Simon, Rishabh has that problem. He hasn't hit 3 sixes. He feels like he's not earned his day's wages, right?
That's true, but I did like the way he started today. He started more cautiously today, and then I think he hit a 6 when we were on the Cricbuzz combox. Around about that 10th over, in the 11th over, he hit his first 6.
He hit it on a tarpaulin somewhere, they couldn't get the ball back.
And so he worked his way into his innings today. Don't mind that. When we talked at that same time, Gaurav, we talked about someone had to finish it. And it was Shikhar's job. He finished it when Rishabh Pant got out. But they didn't allow it to get tight today, which they have done in the past. So I'm really impressed with Shikhar Dhawan. And you put batsman against batsman. Just go best on best. You match those lineups up. And you would say that the Delhi batting top 5 are better quality batters from man to man with their opposition. So on a good pitch, the best batsman will win. And I think that's what Delhi need to do, is play on good pitches.
I've got to read this tweet out that I got from Ninad Indapurkar, who said, should KKR and DC change their home venue? Interchange their home venue. KKR would like to play at the Kotla and DC would like to play at Eden Gardens.
You're right. I mean, they've got 3 quality spinners when Narayan's healthy. We don't know the situation there. Russell went off the field tonight as well. A little bit more, another niggle.
He looked like he was going to go off the field any time.
With Russell, like that for a few games.
You always think the body's being held together and you don't know when one clip is coming off.
They've like taped him up or something, right? And this happens every season. Today also there was the wrist. There was one actually, and I remember Simon and we were watching at that time, where there was an Andre Russell dive on his left side, but he didn't go to stop the ball with his left hand. He went like this with his right hand. And I immediately looked at Simon and said, that's his left wrist. And that's the reason why he's not doing it. And that ball went for 4, which it wouldn't have if he had gone with his left.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's clearly struggling with something. I mean, you want probably an 80% fit Andre Russell, and you're fine still. When he's asked to bowl and bat, that's when the injuries start to come with Andre Russell. The body just can't. I mean, he's so big. He's so massive that I don't think the body handles a bowling load anymore. Because he's got so big and so pumped up. And so therefore, he's probably, at a guess, 110 kilos?
I don't know. It felt like much more.
Maybe even more.
You've done some presentations, but it's different when you're doing it, different when I'm doing it. I'm doing presentation with Russell, and I'm thinking, okay.
We'll get Doull just bench press him next time and just see what it is.
I will. I'll just buy 110. I probably couldn't bicep curl him, but I'll just bench press him.
Bench press him. Should be all right.
That'd be quite an interesting presentation.
It really would.
Lying down, microphone here.
And with that terrible thing on top.
Innovation's not a bad thing, man. Broadcast is good. I watch a lot of cricket. Simon watches a lot of cricket. I don't think anybody watches more than Mr. Harsha Bhogle. I want to ask you a question, just to clarify. Joe Denley bowls as well. He's a bowler as well.
He didn't bowl at all.
Just asking.
Nitish Rana bowled. Joe Denley actually came back into T20 cricket as someone who bowls a bit, and he bowls.
Just wanted
to know.
Didn't bowl.
Let's have a look at the match summary today. There it is. Just saying, because Russell was really struggling, so could have gone to Joe Denley for an over. But anyway, Delhi got it done really easily, and Shikhar Dhawan 97 not out, stranded on the other end, while Colin Ingram decides to hit a 6 and win the game with 7 balls to spare. You would have thought a lot of times, hey, will he take a single and let Shikhar get his 100? But listen, Shikhar will probably tell you as well, it's not about that. And Delhi's had too many misses like this.
What do you really feel, though?
Sorry?
What do you really feel? He's never got a T20 100.
Well, I'm guessing if he's human, which he is, for the first 5 minutes he got, damn, so close, but he'd be relieved with the win. And if Delhi can get into the playoffs and it's about one win, he would have forgotten that.
I mean, I've always felt that hundreds are vastly overrated as a means of rating players.
Yeah.
But every time I say that, people turn and say, so how many did you score? You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So I sort of hold back a little bit on that. But 97 not out is a match-winning score.
Yeah.
At the end of your career, someone will say how many hundreds there, but they'll measure how many matches you won too.
Yeah.
So I think hundreds as a tool of measurement for a batsman is overrated.
Yeah, fair point.
I think in T20 cricket, 100%. Put the W beside your name.
In a test match.
In a test match, obviously, you know, hundreds mean a lot. They win you test matches. In one-day international cricket, yes, they can as well. But in a T20 game, 97 not out, your team wins by 7 balls.
Yeah.
That's a quality innings. It's a top class innings. And he will be all about team tonight, Shikhar Dhawan. I mean, he would have, I'm sure he said to Colin Ingram, if it's there, go for it, mate. I mean, don't worry about me. I don't care. I've played a gem of an innings. I feel like I've hit the ball nicely tonight again. I'm not worried, not one little bit, about getting 100. It's about the W.
Yeah, they're a second decimal behind MI now. Oh. Literally. I mean, if they'd won it 3-4 balls earlier, maybe. So it's that close. They needed the 6.
Yeah, and look where they've jumped up. Now, you look at this young Delhi Capitals team, right? They're up in the top 4 halfway through the tournament. They've played 7. It's 4-3 for them now. Now, Mumbai is playing tomorrow, and anything can happen.
Tell you what,
it could end with Mumbai 4-3 tomorrow as well.
It could be Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi. Punjab are playing, so they'll move from 4-3.
Yeah.
But it could be 3 teams on 4-3. I'll tell you one other reason why Kolkata couldn't do it today. You look down the bowling figures for Kolkata.
Yeah.
And you see one name there, Kuldeep Yadav.
Yep.
4-0, 28-0.
Yeah.
They'd be far happier Kuldeep Yadav being 4-0, 38-3.
Yeah.
But he's not delivering those middle overs wickets.
We're talking about the 3 is all he's got in the entire tournament
There
so
you
far.
go. Those middle overs wickets are not coming from Kuldeep Yadav.
That's smart batting.
Yeah.
As well against them. Okay, who are our danger opponents with the ball in hand? In this lineup, when they're fit, you say Narayan, you say Kuldeep. They're the danger men for us. So if we don't throw any wickets away against them, it's like playing Rashid. You take Rashid for 23, 24 and give him no wickets. That's a win against the Sunrise. That is an absolute win. So these guys are smarter, and I'm sure Ricky Ponting talks about that. You say, look, Kuldeep's a major weapon for them. Let's not give him a thing.
Yeah.
You know, if we pick up a boundary because he bowls a bad ball, so be it. Let him search for wickets rather than us going to try and go after him. Because if we take him for 25 to 30 and he gets no wickets, instantly they look around, geez, who's getting our wickets?
Yeah, true.
Who's getting our wickets for us today?
With all the wrist spinners, when you attack them, they get wickets.
Correct.
So look what they've done. They needed to go 9 and over, about to win a game.
Got him at 7.
They've happily let him go at 7 and over, but not given him a wicket.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's because a lot of you had Shikhar Dhawan, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, they're all excellent players of spin bowling. So they said, right, let's just milk him around.
So don't risk it, Biscuit. Yeah. Don't risk it. With Shikhar Dhawan
you
today,
ate a few today. Anyway,
it was, because it's a good day.
Okay. Oh, terrible.
That's what it was. It really was. Her name's not Marie. Just coming back to Shikhar Dhawan. It's sublime today when he's timing the ball like that. He's such a joy to watch. And what was good was the first 2-3 overs, slightly sketchy. Right, there was the one here, the one sort of missed the slip, etc. After that, pretty much chanceless. No risk.
And he naturally scores at a certain pace.
Yeah.
When he's scoring well, when he's batting well, he naturally scores at that pace. He doesn't need to play the exotic shots. He naturally scores at that pace. So once he got going, and the ball was coming on as well.
Yeah, and he likes that.
Yeah, he doesn't go searching. And that's the key. I mean,
and that's why he's our MPL hero of the match. There you go, 97 of 63, got 11 fours, got 2 sixes. The strike rate is healthy, and bear in mind he was 0 of 5.
Faced the first over after Prithvi Shaw was 1 from 1 against Prashid Krishna.
Yeah.
And he 5 dot balls.
Yeah.
and he just worked his way in. He got, as you say, that little bit of inside edge, perhaps, or the trousers. We don't know, and we never will, because he was given not out, and I had no issue with that whatsoever.
There was an interesting appeal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We talked about that in the combox, and he didn't have any conclusive evidence
to overturn
it. So no issue with what the umpires did on that occasion whatsoever. I think that was spot on. It's there if something is drastically wrong, and they can see that it's drastically wrong. I couldn't see. I thought it might have been inside edge.
But you couldn't be sure.
Couldn't be 100%.
That's the reason
sure.
you go to the...
And therefore Shikhar he flourished a little bit after that. But when he's driving the ball through the covers, on the up, along the ground, it looks so nice. But you need pace on the ball. You need a good surface for him to do that, and he got it tonight. And
but
you're one innings away from being back in form, supposedly.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to be 100 as well. 97 is good enough. But hang on, is this a landmark day for us here on Cricbuzz Live? Have we gone through the entire game and we have no umpiring decision to talk about?
Oh, I thought no one said Fortress.
No, we've taken that out of the game. Yeah. We pretty much have. But have we... It was too good to be true.
There was one, the height?
The height one.
Andre
Russell appealing.
Yeah. Andre Russell. I mean, that was, again, it was... Look, I mean, it's a hard thing to bang on about these things, but you've got to go upstairs. That was over the waist.
Yeah.
It was over the waist.
Sorry.
Russell knew it. He went to the square. I don't agree with, again, what he did by just going to the square leg umpire and gesturing all the time. But as soon as that happens, look, I'm not sure, we're going upstairs.
Yeah.
And it takes 10 seconds to decide while the bowler's walking back to his mark. It takes 10 seconds to decide whether that's over the waist or not.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. All right, we've got a free hit. Let's carry on.
Yeah, but also, I like how this negotiation has come into it. Simon, when you were playing, you couldn't go up to the umpire and just say, come on, man, come on.
Those were the days of no match referee. You didn't say, come on. You said, you.
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I was very, very nice to the umpires.
Yeah, of course.
All the time.
Of course.
Never had a bad word to say about them.
Yeah, we believe you. And I'm the Queen of England. Not just the Nizam of Hyderabad. He could actually be the Nizam of Hyderabad. Are you related to them?
I spend a little more money than him. He had a reputation for being very miserly.
As Simon was saying earlier, the deep pocket short hands.
Yeah,
he had all the wealth in the world and never spent it, apparently.
Short arms, deep pockets.
That's it.
All right, well, Delhi looks like they've got deep pockets and they've got long arms because that batting lineup is looking good. Prithvi didn't get the runs. Are you little concerned about Prithvi? You think they've shown him up? Bowlers have understood what his weakness is?
He got that 99. After that, he's just looking for one way to hit shots.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to do a little bit of what Rishabh did today.
Yeah.
Just find somewhere else to score runs. Wait for the bowlers to give it where you want to. You know, we were all watching it together when Lockie Ferguson bowled that first one up.
Yeah. So, yeah. His technique is not great. You know, and that's something that I mentioned it last year. I looked at it at the Under-19 World Cup, and you get away with it against other kids.
Yeah.
You know, the back foot instantly goes leg side, and he hasn't fixed that at all. And I mean, I'm not fully qualified to talk about it, but I've heard quality batsmen who commentate talk about the back foot. It moves about sort of 1.5 to 2 inches to the leg stump. And so he's always looking to access that offside. And if you bowl in his areas, you'll get hurt, and he will continue to hurt you. But bowlers are now slowly figuring out where his area is not, and they're starting to try and cramp him for room. And he's got to find a way. He's still, you know, there's no denying there's talent, but the further he goes, the more he will be found out.
Was Sehwag like that, I wonder? Did Sehwag play? He always played beside the line.
Yeah, but that Very never stepped away from the ball.
Yeah.
He stood still and stood on middle and leg, but he never stepped away from the ball. So as soon as you start doing that, your balance is going. So therefore, you're hitting a lot of deliveries in the air.
Is that also why he's getting out pulling and caught at mid-wicket a couple of times?
Well, when they follow him, he's got no options apart from to sort of shovel it this way. And instead of being in line and that ball that's coming in at your hip, that's one or maybe fine for four. And you very rarely see Prithvi Shaw turn one off his hips for a 1 or a 4. He might hook, and he hooked one for 6 tonight off the top edge, but I don't think you'll often see him getting the ball inside of fine leg for 4.
Important though, because today, same thing happened. Prasidh Krishna cramped him for room. And you're right, when he hit that ball, if you actually see a still shot of that, he's you can see all three stumps.
I mean,
he stepped away.
How do you get bowled middle and leg stump on the outside of your bat?
Yeah.
You talk to any coach, and any coach will tell you, you cannot possibly, if it nips back through the gate, that's fine. But you cannot get bowled when you're not actually running down the wicket and playing an aggressive shot. You cannot get bowled middle and leg stump when it goes past the outside edge of your bat.
Great point. Yeah, and that's what pretty much happened to him. I mean,
That's
Nick
exactly
did
what
today.
happened.
DK was amazing. By the way, that if you're talking about still shots, you got to get a still shot of DK. That hang time on that catch, he was positively flying.
Yeah.
It was a good catch.
Yeah, he was a low flying object at the time. He was a UFO. I think Dum Dum Airport radar registered him at that time.
LFO, you mean?
Sorry?
LFO, did you say? Low flying object.
Low flying object, yeah. This is a low flying object. The radar caught him, though. The radar caught him.
Your company is disastrous for my sense of humor.
It is. If somebody was listening to the puns you were reading out of your WhatsApp group a little while earlier, they would say, I'm not the one to blame.
Those who find someone else.
You have some friends who are feeding you all of this, my friend.
Rickshaw mein tumhare baap lagte
hain. God, we can't repeat those. We really can't. No. They're even below my low standards. Okay, well, let's also see who's got the high standards on MPL Super Team. We've got the Super Team hero on MPL, Raj Das. Hello, 336 points. Simon's happy with that. It's in the
very happy with that. Well done. Very well done, sir.
Good job. And in case you didn't win on MPL Super Team today, you can also play Run Out. You can play Pro Cricket, play those games as well. You can play them on MPL. All right, so it's easy now for Delhi. They've picked up 2 points. They're on the top half of the table now. KKR in trouble now after losing 2 games.
A little bit because KKR don't have a large squad. KKR pick a small team and back that team.
Yeah.
So if suddenly some players go out of form, they don't have a lot. They have some like-for-like replacements.
Yeah.
Say Denley for Narayan. Today Brathwaite didn't quite look the part. Brathwaite is not replacement for Russell. So Brathwaite didn't quite look the part. We don't know if Denley can bowl in these conditions.
Yeah.
But you get the feeling, right, who else is sitting on the bench now here? Not a lot. It's these people they're going to back. They have to do well.
They spend big money on 11 and 12 players.
Yeah. And back them all the way.
Yeah, back them. And if they have injuries, we said that right at the start, if they have injuries, they're in trouble.
Or even sickness. Like today there was somebody who was not well. You got Delhi, you got a flu, you got something.
I mean, look at this. Russell has hit 45 of 21 balls.
Yeah.
And they were 15 short.
But that's because Robbie Uthappa was really slow, wasn't he? You play 5 overs.
Well, Shubman Gill, what was Shubman Gill's strike rate?
Shubman Gill was 65 of 39, so 167.
So he's got 167. Russell's got 214.
Chawla's got 233. But look at the...
Robbie got 27 of 30?
28 of 30. Nitish Rana 11 of 12.
Yeah.
So in that, there's a log jam, there's a traffic jam in the middle.
Yeah, but that's 7 overs. That's 7 overs that have effectively given you 40 runs.
Yes.
Or less than 40 runs. That digs your team into a hole that even Russell can't.
They need 30s and more 30s, 40s from Karthik.
Well, they've got out of jail because of Andre Russell.
Yeah.
In what, 3 games?
Oh, he hasn't failed in a single game so far.
No, so they've got out of jail with him winning the games. And then now they're sort of saying, well, I don't think they're talking to themselves and saying, we can just leave it to Andre. That's not what they're saying. But
and he's delivered every time.
That's what he's doing. It's phenomenal. But if he fails, or if everyone else around him starts to get complacent and think that he's going to do it all the time, that's when they'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Those brackets have no relation to the number outside the bracket.
No, they don't.
It's
it doesn't matter.
ridiculous.
It doesn't really matter. He just needs very few of the bracket.
Yeah.
And he gives you a lot of those on the left.
Yeah. So they need Uthappa to go back to 125, 130.
Yeah.
125 kind of strike rate, and they need Karthik to get more 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
Because he's already got 6 scores like that, Russell. He's not going to give you 14 scores.
No.
True.
So,
Yeah. So, KKR's got some things to sort out. DC will be very happy with this win. All right. So that wraps up that game. All right. Business taken care of. Taken care of. Moving on to 2 tomorrow because it is Super Saturday.
Danny suddenly.
Sorry?
Sounded like Danny suddenly.
Danny. We got the DCs. We got 2 games tomorrow on the Super Saturday. The first one, of course, is in Mumbai. That's at the Wankhede Stadium. Mumbai's got Rajasthan Royals who are visiting them. Man, they do anything for a win right now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they've got to make changes tomorrow, Rajasthan. They have to find a combination that's working for them, and they have to be ruthless. Will they? I don't know. They're in our hotel, so I'll probably catch up with some of them in the morning and
Just
just tell
slip
them.
a note under their door.
I'd give them my thoughts.
Be ruthless.
On the team that they should play tomorrow.
So tell me, how ruthless should they be? We'll put the squad up. We'll put the 11 they played in the last game. Come on. Give us your best ruthless route.
I think the
Dooley.
third name on that is what he's looking at.
Okay, so Stephen Smith out. And Ashton Turner comes into that side for mine. Ajinkya Rahane moves from the top and bats at number 6 in my team tomorrow for Rajasthan. And I have Sanju Samson at the top of the order with Rahul Tripathi, who is a genuine opening batsman. So Samson and Tripathi. Butler and Tripathi.
Samson at 3.
Butler and Tripathi. Stokes at 3. Samson at 4. Ashton Turner at 5 and Ajinkya Rahane at 6. That's my top 6 for Rajasthan tomorrow.
So your logic for batting Rahane at 6 is?
Because I think at the moment he's not quite getting the team off to the start that they require.
Yeah.
He plays spin really well. He doesn't have a massive power game.
Yeah.
But he plays spin really, really well. He's quick between the wickets. And so at the back end, sometimes you don't always need massive power. You just need a guy who can pick up boundaries, nice boundaries, work spin as well. He can still hit the spinners downtown for 6. Over extra cover for 6. He sweeps well. No issue with that. But he can always get off strike.
Yeah.
He can find a way to pick up your 1. If he's still with a Butler, if he's still with a Stokes, if he's still with a Sanju Samson, he can work the strike. If he's still with Ashton Turner, he can work the strike around. But Turner and Stokes are going to give you power. Ben Stokes is batting too low, so therefore he doesn't get enough time. Ben Stokes is a batsman. He can't come out and just slog it from ball 1. So to me, get him in early at 3, give him some opportunity to face some balls with the field up if that's the situation.
Interesting. Interesting. So, well, it is drastic times, drastic measures, and probably Rajasthan Royals have to do some of that. For the Mumbai Indians, obviously, it's man for man, right? Rohit Sharma, if he's fit, if he's fine, he comes in. Suresh Lad, poor guy, he's one game after 5 years of being with the squad and then has to sit out.
That's okay. If you're still a Siddesh Lad and not yet a Rohit Sharma, then you may take the opportunity.
No, I mean, there's no question about that. I'm just saying, for Siddesh Lad individually, you got to feel for the kid, right? Yeah, but that's how it is. So Rohit Sharma comes in. Do you see them making any other change?
They want a lot more from Krunal Pandya.
Yeah, they haven't. I was just going to say that. They haven't really got a lot out of him. Where do they go?
And a little more from Ishan Kishan. So I wouldn't mind. I actually wouldn't mind keeping Pollard at 4.
Yes.
Hardik 5, Krunal 6, and leave Ishan Kishan as a big striker down at 7, and say we'll play Quinton de Kock, Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Kyron Pollard, Hardik Pandya in my top.
I'm a big fan of Kyron Pollard at 4. I mean, I've been talking for years about him batting up the order. He's a better batsman than people give him credit for. He's been pigeonholed at that number 6, 7 spot as just a slogger. Well, not a slogger, but a guy who hits it big at the back end.
Yeah.
Give him time at the crease. Let him work his way into his innings. He is a better player than what we have seen at times down the bottom of the order.
Tell me what Alzarri Joseph is thinking right now. Picks up 6 wickets in a match, sets a record in 12 seasons of the IPL, gets to bowl 2 overs in the next game.
2 for 22, and that's it.
Wins the game with the bat, though.
With the bat, though, right?
There you go.
Wins the game with the bat.
What's going on, man, this week? It's just insanity.
So do they bring Malinga back for Alzarri Joseph? I mean, have they given him 1 game after the 6 for 12, none for 22 off 2? Is that enough to say, look, I'm sorry, our key man is now going to come back?
Well, he's one of 6. He's one of 6, so they can still carry him, can't you?
Well, I would have thought so. But do they want the death of Malinga? Do they want the back end and how well he is, how good he is?
Unless they want to leave out Berendorf, but then who bowls at the top? Berendorf gives them 3 at the top.
Well, Berendorf could bowl 3, perhaps 4 up front, and not bowl at the back end and just use Bumrah and Malinga if he comes back in. At
Actually,
the back end.
Since you mentioned the form of Hardik Pandya with the ball is a worry as well. He's conceding too many runs.
Yeah, a little bit. He's giving you enough with the bat, but it's sort of like they've got 3 guys that they need to get 8 overs out of. So they're not in a bad position, Mumbai. They've always got plenty of options.
Yeah. Okay, so we saw the Mumbai squad already. Yeah, we've done it. So basically Rohit Sharma coming in and a question mark. Would it be Alzarri Joseph or would it be Lasith Malinga since he's back and trusted old warrior of MI?
It's a bit like football. You've come off the bench, you've scored 2 goals. Doesn't necessarily mean you start the next game.
No.
Yeah. Fair point.
T20 is a bit like football.
Yeah, well, you got to be, as we just said, got to be ruthless Ruth, like Dooley's saying. All right, we move to the next game. This one is happening at Mohali. Well, we've got the other team in trouble, RCB, who's showing up there tomorrow. 0 wins from 6, and they're playing Kings 11 Punjab. And I don't even know.
I have a theory on this. Theory on this.
What's your theory?
My theory is that the Bangalore fans are so kind to their team
Yeah.
They keep turning up all the time. They keep cheering them all along. If I'm an RCB player, I'm looking at those fans and saying, damn, they trust me so much and I'm not delivering.
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm away from my fans.
Yeah.
I'm in Mohali.
Yeah.
And I'm a little freer. And I'm telling myself, listen, things can't get worse than this, right?
But
So release. Kohli plays with freedom, AB plays with freedom, and suddenly Kings say, what's hit us?
I am just saying that this is the Mohali crowd. We Punjabis have a problem. We see Virat Kohli and he says, "Our boy Virat," and they suddenly start cheering more than Chinnaswamy does. Anything's possible in Mohali, man. We Punjabis are loco. Something wrong with us. Let's look at their squad now. They'd be hoping to end this loco run that they've been having. Man, 0 from 6. They really need to change this around.
Name of the
Now,
bottom.
here's an interesting thing. Third column on the right, the bottom name. Look who's jetting in. It's Dale Steyn.
Not available. Not available for this one or the next one, from what I understand.
So he's not available for both. So they've drafted him into the squad, but he hasn't reached yet.
I don't think he can play until the 9th game.
So
that's what I understand. That's from my source.
From your source.
Yes.
It's like coming in 10 minutes to go. You're a striker coming in 10 minutes to go. I'm 4-0 down.
Yeah.
So that's
So
a
when
bit
am
of
I
an
going to
issue
score?
for them. But this one to me is a bit like Delhi was today. RCB are going to get a surface that they want to play on.
Okay.
For their batting. They're going to get a pitch that their batters will love. And so it's just, again, as it has done for probably the last 4 years, comes down to the RCB bowling. Can they do the job, the bowlers? And that's been their big problem.
Bring up the lineup while Simon talks through the bowling.
That's been their big problem, hasn't it? Siraj, Navdeep Saini, they'll enjoy these conditions as well, as will Tim Southee if that comes to it. Chahal, it's a big ground.
Yeah.
It hasn't turned a lot. But they need to get a little more out of Moeen Ali and Marcus Stoinis.
The last game was a little slowish, wasn't it? The last game they played there?
The
track was a bit slow.
I thought they were in the 170s in the last game up at Kings 11. We haven't seen any sight of Washington Sundar. So if you look at left-handers in that lineup for the Kings 11, they've got Miller, they've got Gale.
Correct.
Do you bring Washington Sundar in to maybe bowl up front? They've got Moeen Ali to do that.
What about Gale's
as well.
back? How's Gale's back?
Yeah, well, I mean...
Can he play for one inning?
He's going to play. The thing is...
He only needs to bat. He doesn't field.
But he wants to play against RCB, doesn't he?
Of course he does. I mean, for that very reason, if you wanted to make sure that they were one fielder short, basically, with a man who can hardly field on the field, you make sure you bat first.
Yeah.
So that Gale can't just bat and then walk off. So you make sure you bat first, and then he has to actually field the whole inning.
Yeah.
So, look, not that that's going to come into it, but as I say, I think this is a surface that will suit the Bangalore batters, but they need to bowl well. That's been
they need wickets up front. I'm not sure Kings' bat is deep, so they need to if they get those wickets up front. Mayank Agarwal missed last game. I don't know how he will be. So if they can get those wickets up front, get one of Gade or Rahul early, get into a couple of others, get Miller in early, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, how deep do they bat? Sarfaraz doesn't score at 130, 140.
No.
So if I can get in the wickets quickly, so I think I've got a chance there.
Mandeep hit a few balls that were pretty good last time.
He did, but remember they play 5 bowlers. They don't play 6. They don't have a 6th bowling option. They play 5 bowlers. So one of them goes for runs. You've got an opportunity there. If AB goes mad, there's not a lot of backup bowling there.
They brought Mujib in for their last game in Punjab as well, so he was left out for the very next game against Mumbai Indians, and they brought Huddersfield Ewan in. So Mujib would probably come back in because he was very successful in their last home game. So
they're also like a public sector bank.
Yeah,
they've got a lot of non-performing assets.
About 20 crores worth.
20
crores worth in Prabh Simran,
Nicholas Puran,
and Varun Chakravarti.
That's a lot of money. That's what 1/4 the purse.
Chakravarti's been injured.
He was
injured. He came into the tournament injured.
Yeah, then he played that one game.
He played one game, and I wonder whether he was quite right or not in that game. But he was injured when he came into the tournament. So if he's right now, I think now's the time they've got to get him back in.
Yeah, it's a non-performing asset, but they're not even playing. So it's a non-accounted for. Okay, it's a non-accounted for asset. They're not even accounting for it. Give them a chance. Yes. But who do they come in place of? So Kings is pretty much having that problem that we've been speaking about with India for a while, that the batsmen don't bowl and the bowlers don't bat much.
Always beware the nothing to lose opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And both teams playing tomorrow have nothing to lose opponents.
So there was this phrase that Navjot Singh Sidhu always used to say. He says it's like a...
I'm just
It was like a cycle going into a truck ke humara kuch jana nahi, uska kuch rehna nahi. I have nothing to lose and he'll have nothing left. Right? So that's what I was just trying to say. That just be careful.
Okay.
Both these teams have to be careful.
Correct.
Like both of them. Mumbai and Punjab both have to be careful because they're playing teams. We pretty much parked the bus, right? I mean, those two have pretty much parked the bus. It's just almost an impossible ride up from here, really, to get into qualifiers. So these are teams that are going on nothing to
But
lose.
it's easier said than done, isn't it? Nothing to lose is an easier said than done
But they're good
situation.
teams, you know. You think they're
They
good
are
players.
teams, but you still got to find that mindset when you've been used to losing.
Yeah.
And you can't find a win. You've still got to get that mindset right, and you know you could be in a great position.
But Dooley, it's easy for champions like Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers because they've seen so much, right? For a lot of the younger players in that team, it's difficult to change that mindset, right? Because they can get despondent more. How do Virat and AB do the leadership thing, the coaches of that time? What do you tell a team that has lost sort of 6 out of 6?
Give each coach 2 players to look after. There's about 11 coaches and 22 players.
Yeah.
So it's okay. No, but really, that's why we keep saying in T20 a captain is 2 players. And it's really up to the captain to go to reach out to people and get them to feel great about playing for RCB again.
And just try not to be so emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the big ticket for RCB for me. Try not to be so emotional. I mean, I see Ashish Nehra running around the boundary being just almost over the top emotional when something goes wrong. And young players don't need that. They're already playing scared. They're already fearing for bowling one bad ball because they don't want to cop the wrath of someone.
Yeah.
It just looks to me like those bowlers and those players who are very talented. I love Saini. I mean, Siraj has got ability.
Yeah.
You'd love to get a hold of them. At another franchise, they would probably prosper. But they're playing scared.
So free them.
Yeah, you've almost got to free them. And I know they'll be trying. I know they'll be saying that. But you say things with your emotions. And on the field, when your emotions take over, that's what people see. They don't hear the words. They see your emotions and your gestures.
They've had some time off, haven't they? RCB.
Yes, they haven't played all week.
Yeah, I'd like to see what state of mind Virat Kohli is coming in. The other day, I was in air in Bangalore. I pulled out a clip, and I've never, ever in my life seen Virat Kohli like that.
Yeah.
Virat Kohli is up bubbling, always saying, right, this is what we can do.
The Virat camera sees a lot of action.
I mean, Virat is like that. Virat is like me in the halfway through a maths exam thinking, where's my next mark going to come from? And that's not Virat Kohli, right? So I'm just thinking, is Virat Kohli refreshed and coming back to being positive?
Yeah.
Because that Virat Kohli looked like he was exhausted.
Yeah.
Mentally looked, he was exhausted. He wanted a break.
Because the guy's a
So
winner.
should he just say,
Well, look, he's not a he's
not a quitter, right?
There's no quit.
Yeah,
There's no quit in that man at all. I mean, and he's a winner. He's so successful with India. He's so successful with the bat in hand. He is a genuine winner, and he wants that, and he's desperate to have that. Sometimes those people can be too desperate to have that, and that's the tough. That's the little area that he's just got to find right, and that's where Gary Kirsten's going to have to help, and he doesn't need other guys around him being overly emotional about it as well.
Yeah.
Virat himself is too, isn't it? Virat carries his mood on his sleeve. You look at Virat, the match situation is. I've always said,
but you also see his desire and his will to win, and his and his want for everybody around him to do their best, and they're never going to be as good as he is.
Yeah.
But he wants them to be as good as they can be, and that's all he wants from everyone in his team. And when he's not getting it, it's difficult for him to understand, I think, sometimes, because he is just so good.
Yeah.
And then it's not always the easiest thing to understand.
I mean, the other day, he came and hit 40 of 33 balls. Because Virat was almost trying to say, you know what, I'll play through to the end, and I'll try and beat this guy who's going to take my side through. But that is somebody else. That's not Virat.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's going through that state of mind when he's trying to be everything to everybody.
Yeah.
And forgetting that he's the best match winner in the side.
Yeah. Just be yourself, man. Just be true to you. Be you, because nobody can do it better. than you.
Like he was with you in that interview. It was just
Correct.
fun, laughing.
Yeah.
That's right. He was,
Fun laughing. When do you see Virat Kohli fun laughing? That was the first time I've seen him fun laughing because I don't see the private side to him.
Yeah.
I see him on in front of cameras. He just seems fun.
But you
laughing.
understand that camera persona as well, though, because, I mean, he's got a billion eyes bearing down on him, every one of them with an opinion, every one of them wanting him to succeed and wanting him to win. I mean,
Comes to the territory, though, doesn't it?
It does, but he's under enormous pressure. And that's why I've continuously stated that I think the best thing for RCB would be Virat Kohli, the batsman.
Yeah.
You know, I
You said it last year as well.
I said it last year, and I would love to see a free Virat Kohli play in an IPL.
We may get it tomorrow. We may get it tomorrow. And if we do, well, it's going to be quite a treat. Yeah, well, later today. Just want to correct.
Always later today.
Always later today. Just want to correct Simon on one thing. It's not a billion eyes. It's 2 billion eyes because we don't watch him like this. So a billion of us with 2 eyes, sir, please.
So what do the other 0.3 watch?
Half the country don't have the television.
Oh, well done.
Maybe, they don't watch the sport.
Well done.
I'm not sure.
He's done the math. What about people who are not in the country who are watching him as well? We will do these numbers tomorrow.
Yeah,
Harsha's not liking that we're talking about so much math, so I will close that discussion right now.
I was all right.
I'll close that discussion right now. Can we see AB de Villiers tomorrow with only the 6 multiplication table? Sorry, I brought it in again. I'll stop now. Okay, a joy factor question. Our joy factor question is extremely complicated, sir. I shall leave it to you.
No, the funny thing was there was one question, but Doull found 3 answers for it.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time you looked at a question and said, okay, what's the answer? And suddenly the guy sitting next to you says, that's the answer, and that's the answer, and that's the answer.
Well, now you're talking about your exam. That was me in every mathematics exam. I had 3 ansers to every question.
And
not even one was correct.
And the correct was D.
Yes, no, and maybe.
Okay, here's the question. The question, of course, was in what way was the 97 New Zealand versus Zimbabwe test match in Harare unique in international cricket? The answer is only time when 3 pairs of brothers played. Andy and Grant Flower, Gavin and John Rennie, and Paul and Brian Strang played in the same 11 in a test match. Family business, isn't it?
It is a family business.
Family business in Zim.
And the Whittles were actually around at that same stage, but they were cousins.
They were cousins.
Yeah.
Guy and Andrew.
Guy and Andrew Whittle,
Andrew, yeah.
They were cousins. The other 2 things that I remembered from that game, or picked out from that game, Stephen Fleming took 7 catches as a fielder, which equalled the world record in that. And Grant Flower became the first man to score a century in each innings for Zimbabwe.
Okay. But those were not the answers we were looking for.
No, but if you got all 3, well done.
Yeah, we were looking for the brothers, the 3 pairs of brothers, not the 4th, not the Whittle. So you will have to whittle away if you gave us the other 2 answers. The correct answer was
Simon said if they get all 3, there's a treat on him.
Oh, Simon said if there's all 3, biscuits are on him. So,
just because he got biscuits for his birthday.
well, that was a really big gift for me. I get nothing. But let's see who got the first answer in the correct answer. Did anyone get all 3?
Not Crick Rohit.
Somebody did get all 3. Did he get all 3 though? Rajdeep Bhattacharya, congratulations. Rajdeep, who was obviously born on the 26th of September. Congratulations to you.
I thought all India under-19 players are born in September.
Yeah, they are. Okay. Well done. Okay. Well done. All right, well, so that wraps it up. Congratulations to you, Rajdeep. And, of course, tomorrow we have 2 games, so that means we'll be going on live at 3:30 p.m. IST. A big thank you to Mr. Simon Doull, Mr. Harsha Bhogle. Thank you. Which one of you is going to be here with me tomorrow?
No, we're both doing the game. We're both down the road at the Vankiri. Sorry.
Ajit, gaadi nikalo, main nahi khelta. Chalo, boh. If they're not here tomorrow, why do I have to be nice to them right now? Now, of course I do. You guys enjoy yourselves tomorrow. We, of course, are going to be here without you. We will still have fun.
Does Ajit ever take out the car?
Yeah, of course he does.
He does? Okay.
Well, not the car. The car more like a cycle, but still, we have fun. Takes us longer, but we have fun. But tomorrow, 3:15 for Hindi. We have the Hindi show tomorrow as well. And of course, I'll be here on this very couch, which will not be an MPL super couch, because it never is for me. Right.
No, and the only guy who sits on it is not there tomorrow.
That's right. I may have a chance because Mr. Harsha Bhogle is not here tomorrow. Who do I have here tomorrow then?
You will have Mr. Jadeja again, I think, or Mr. Vaughan.
Mr. Vaughan is here.
And Mr. Bhattacharya will read his own questions and say which of the 3 was the correct answer.
That's right. That's right. So, well, I still don't have a chance tomorrow, but I'm going to try. Just come with me. Join me, please. Pray for me. I promise I'll give the red table back. If I get to sit on the MPL couch, 5 times in this season. Yeah, 5 times. All right, it's time for us to go. Thank you so much for watching MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur on behalf of our entire crew, because I speak for all of them, saying good night.